Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to cut these perfectly fitted trousers. In a sequel tutorial to this, we'll be showing you how to sew because I don't want this video to be too long. Welcome. First, we are marking our measurements as indicated above. First, the hip line, then the crotch line. If you have taken measurement of your crotch depth, then fine, that will be the second line you're seeing in this marking. But if not, as a rule of thumb, you can just add 2 inches to your hip measurement, and that should be okay as your crotch depth. So on the hip line, you mark your round hip measurement divided by 4 and transfer it also to your hip, to your crotch line, then square it up. If you notice, here, it's different from making a skirt. Our reference measurement is the hip here, as against using the waist as our reference measurement in skirts. To get your crotch width, divide what you have on your hip line by 4. For me, it's 9.5. That is 38 divided by 4. And then 9.5 divided by 4 gives me 2.365. You can use your tape to get that. And that's by the extension you are giving your crotch depth. Then it is now we go to your waistline. Divide your round waist measurement by 4, and that's what you have marked there. I also demonstrated that using a tape folded into 4. Go down by 2 inches from your crotch length to get your thigh length, and then impute your round thigh measurements divided by 2 at this point. Curve it from your crotch length to your thigh length. Divide your crotch measurements by 2, and that will be our guide for imputing other measurements, round knee and round ankle if you are making a fitted pant. Confirm the measurements on both sides. And if you are putting a dart on this pant, front part of this pant, that dart will fall on this line we just marked. Square this line straight down to your hem so as to use it as guide for other measurements we'll be imputing. At this point, mark your knee length and your hem length, and then square this guideline to the end. Divide the round knee by 2. For me, it's 17. 17 divided by 2 give me 8.5. On both sides of this guideline, divide the 8.5 by 2 so that half of it will be on the right and the other half will be on the left. So 8.5 give me 4.25 on either side of this of the guideline we have drawn. That's the job of that guideline. This helps you to have an even distribution of fabric on your pants, so you don't have excess either to the right or to the left, and then you avoid dragging around your crotch. Do the same for your ankle line or the hem of your fabric. Divide your measurement into 2 and distribute it on both sides of this guideline. Now that we have done this, we are ready to connect all the lines and prepare this fabric for cutting. Just before cutting, I just realized that some parts of this fabric are not covered by the camera. So here I am adjusting the camera so you can see what I have been up to before cutting it out. You can see the knee line there, and then the last line over there is the hem line or ankle line, depending on the length of your trousers. On either side of each of these lines, you see the distribution of their measurements. Now I am cutting. Always make sure that you notch your knee line so that your front knee line and your front knee and your knee will match. That will also help you in achieving that fitted, non-dragging pants at the end of it all. And there we have it. This is just the front part of her trousers. We are going to use this to also cut out the back part of it. You probably have noticed by now that I'm very big on ironing my fabric and pressing it very well before cutting, because I believe a neat finishing starts with a very good pressing before cutting. So here I am preparing the remaining fabric to cut the back while giving it a very good press to be sure that the fabric is well straightened out. Here I am laying the front part of the front part of the trouser on the remaining fabric so as to get the back part of it. Cutting out the back is pretty easy as long as you've gotten your right side correctly. Let me not make the same mistake I made earlier. I'm here adjusting my camera so that you can see what I am doing. You are increasing the length of your back crotch by 2 inches. So that's what you saw me did there. If you notice, I did not add sewing allowance to the front part. So all our sewing allowances and the ease we need will be on the back part. And that's why I've just added 2 inches to the width of the back measurement. That's 2 inches on the around the crotch area. I'm also extending the crotch length by another 2 inches, going down by half an inch, and then connecting it to the crotch line, the back crotch line. However, if you are working with a bigger measurement, my round hip is the round hip I'm using for this tutorial is 38. For a bigger measurement, you can extend it by 2.5 inches. Depending on how fitted you want this pant, as you go down to your hemline, you can decrease this measurement. Like, so having 2 inches around the crotch area, when it gets to your hem, you can make it 1.5 inches, depending on how wide you want the hem of your trousers to be. And we are almost there. Here I am cutting out this outline I've just made for the back pattern. Don't forget to notch the knee line so that we can match it up. Remember, we added 2 inches to the crotch of the back. So if you do not notch it, you might not get the point. And then that will result in ill-fitting trousers. And then we have both our front and our back trouser pieces. Now it's high time we cut the pocket out. We are cutting out the pocket at 1.5 inches. The rationale behind it is we are using 1 inch as the sewing allowance and half inch will be the opening for the pocket. So that by the time we are done joining the side seam, we'll have half an inch as the pocket opening. I don't want it to be too wide. If you really want it to be wide, which I will not advise, you can make it 2 inches so that after joining the side seam by 1 inch, you have the opening at 2 inches. But chances are that it will gape, like the mouth of the pocket will open. That opening is too wide. The length of the trouser opening is 7 inches, and that's why you notching where the pocket will stop. Using that, I'm cutting out the pocket bag itself. On fold, the measurements you need here is 7 inches on fold by 12 inches. So the length of your pocket bag will be 12 inches, while the width will be 7 inches on fold. You can make it 6 inches if you do not want your pocket to be too wide, but here I'm using 7 inches. We are cutting two of these for the two pockets on both sides. It's fine. Now that we have our two pockets cut out, we are opening it up and using the pocket opening we've cut out on the fabric to cut out the pocket opening on the pocket bag so it matches. Here's a trick that will make you have a neatly finished pocket when you are done. Don't forget this fabric is a little stretchy, although it's crepe, but it has a little bit of stretch on the length side. So here I am on that same line. I'm adding paper stay, which some people call gum stay, so that it will stabilize the fabric while I'm sewing. I did this. I did the same thing on the fabric too, so that it will make it easy for me to sew. And afterwards, I can remove the paper stay when I'm done sewing. It's time to cut the band. I want my band to be 1.5 inches when I'm done. So here I am on fold cutting 2 inches, the width of my waist plus sewing allowance. Don't forget again, we are adding interfacing on the paper stick. But this time we are using hairstay because we don't want it to be stiff. We still want it to have that fabric effect, just that it will be, we want it to be thicker. So this is hairstay I'm adding to the band, not paper stay this time. Return it back on fold. and be sure to make it straight so you won't have to struggle at the sewing machine. And now fold one side in by 1/2 inch. Kindly give this video a thumbs up if you have found it helpful, which I'm sure you have. Thank you for watching this far. Kindly subscribe to this channel to see how I sew these pants in my next video. You won't want to miss it. So the other side, I'll have to take it to the weaving machine first before fixing it on the trousers when I'm done. And I will see you in my next video for the sewing tutorial.